Okay, now let's move on to our special segment, Trump Watch, and getting you those latest developments, starting with US President Donald Trump, who has announced plans to reveal his choice for Federal Reserve chairperson in early 2026. He hinted National Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett as a potential candidate, calling him a respected person and signaling that Hassett could be in the running. Listen in.
I want to thank you all for being here. It's a great group. And I guess a potential Fed chair is here, too. I don't know. Are we allowed to say that? Potential. He's a respected person, that I can tell you. Thank you, Kevin.
Now, moving on, shares of American Bitcoin Corp plunged in Tuesday's trading session after the locked-up shares of the companies co-founded by US President Donald Trump's son, Eric Trump, became eligible to be traded. The stock plunged as much as 50% in just the first 30 minutes of the trading session, triggering multiple trading halts during the course of the day. Let's move on to some more updates that came in on the healthcare front. Now, President Trump claimed that the prescription drug prices have significantly decreased, attributing this to the implementation of the favored nation status. Now, he described this as a revolutionary change in U.S. healthcare system. To more updates, meanwhile, President Trump also weighed in terms on the immigration front, expressing strong opposition to Somali immigrants, labeling some who enter the U.S. as garbage and critiquing Somalia's reliance on U.S. social safety nets while adding little to the country. To more updates and turning to some bit on the trade front, Trump revisited his tariff policies, targeting allied nations without naming specific countries, but notably refusing to mention Japan or South Korea. He reiterated that the tariff revenues would be redistributed to Americans as dividend checks, and even floated the idea of abolishing a federal income tax because of the tariff imposed and the revenue that they could get in over the next few years. Moving on to some more updates on what President Trump said, and he's added that the U.S. is no longer financially involved in Ukrainian conflict, criticizing current, Biden administration's financial support as excessive, which had happened in the past, describing it as handing out $350 billion like candy, mostly in cash and equipment. And in the final update that we have for you all today for the day, that is Russia and Ukraine peace deal talks. What's happening on that front? These talks were going on in Moscow, involving the US envoy Steve Witkoff, as well as the Russian President Vladimir Putin and Trump's advisor Jared Kushner, where they described it as constructive but incomplete. Russian advisor Yuri also said that no compromise were reached regarding Ukraine's territorial demands. Putin rejected Europe's peace deal demand and declared Europe should be ready for conflict if it chooses to engage. Now, that's all the update that we have for you all today. We'll get you all more in tomorrow's edition as well. But on that